Good mythical morning, everyone. It's the notorious, glorious V, the Guerrilla Economist, coming to you live on RogueNews.com. Check us out at Real Rogue News on Twitter, as well as Rogue News on every single podcasting app known to humanity. Guys, here's the deal. Today's the day. Today's the day. If you haven't checked it out already, go to watchestrade.io. Register now for the webinar. It is super important that you do. We have our special Catch the Crypto Bull Market Rocket. That webinar is available right now. Just head over to Watch Us Trade and click that webinar button right there, folks. Right there. Click that webinar button. Sign up and trade. Sign up. Fill in your name, your email address, and that's it. Hit register, and that's it. And you are in. It's going to be today at 1 p.m. Eastern. The webinar will be today at 1 p.m. Eastern. Change your life. Take advantage of something that you have a control of. Don't be intimidated by it because we do 99% of the legwork and the heavy lifting for you. Come on board. Knock it out of the ballpark and change the trajectory of the quality of life for you. Check it out. watchustrade.io. And with that being said, folks, let's quickly get into the topics of the day. If you got a chance, again, folks, I'm asking that you also subscribe. If you haven't done so already, we are fighting the suppression like you would not believe. You will not believe. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit us up with a thumbs up, and leave a comment. And that's it, Anyway, let's get into it, folks. It looks like at any moment, Mueller will be giving out his report, the Mueller report. Okay. President Donald Trump said he believes Special Counsel Robert Mueller's report should be released to the public, even as he disparaged its very existence as ridiculous. Let it come out. Let people see it, Trump told reporters Wednesday. Let's see whether it's not legit, whether or not if it's legit. Mueller's expected to present a report to the Just Us Department. You remember that Just Us Department? The deep state's supposed to be purged, but it seems to be active. Anyway. Any day now, outlining the findings of his nearly 2-year investigation into the Russian election meddling, possible collusion with the Trump campaign officials, and possible obstruction of justice by Trump. Mueller is required to produce a confidential report that, at a minimum, explains decisions about who was and was not prosecuted. Attorney General William Barr is then expected to produce his own report for Congress and has said that he wants to make public as much of Mueller's findings as he can under the law. Trump said he was personally looking forward to reading the findings, even as he scorned the fact that Mueller was empowered to write the report in the first place. I just wanted one of the greatest elections of all time in the history of this country, and now I have somebody writing a report that never got a vote, Trump said. It's called the Mueller report. So explain that, because my voters don't get it, and I don't get it. Trump went on to mischaracterize the effort as saying it's sort of interesting that a man just out of the blue writes the report. The House voted unanimously last week for a resolution calling for any report in Mueller's investigation to be made public. It was a symbolic action designed to pressure Barr into releasing as much information as possible. Trump and his outside attorneys have worked for months to undermine the Mueller and cast doubt on its eventual findings. Trump continued that effort Wednesday, calling Mueller conflicted and characterizing the lawyers who worked on the case. Though Mueller's office has said nothing publicly about the timing of the report, several prosecutors detailed to Mueller suggested that the investigation is winding down. Trump, for his part, said he had no idea whether the report will be released, but maintained his innocence, saying that there's no collusion, no obstruction, there was no nothing. With all that being said, he added, I look forward to seeing the report. So the Know Nothing Russia collusion report will be out very soon, folks, and I will be very confident. I'll be very confident to tell you there will be absolutely nothing in there. Okay, nothing in there whatsoever. The Mueller report will have absolutely nothing. And I want you to think about this for a second. Think about the last several years. Because it's like 2 years already, right? The last 2 years, where the biased media has been pounding it again and 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 again into the public's mind. Russia collusion, Russia collusion, Russian collusion, Russian collusion. What is Brian the eunuch Stelter going to do? Will he emasculate himself even further than he already has done? Would Don Lemonhead spontaneously combust? What is going to happen to the Russia collusion? What's going to happen when they find out there's nothing in there? When they rode this horse as a one-trick pony, they rode it as far as it can go. They called Mueller an American hero, if you don't remember. An American hero. Oh, the burden. Oh, the burden. Oh, the monumental burden. The responsibility. Oh, the weight. Oh, the weight on Robert Mueller's shoulder. Robert Mueller's shoulder. A legal hitman. Robert Mueller. Oh my God, Robert Mueller. I'm sure he gets up in the morning and he's like, oh, the weight I have to pull. Oh, the weight on my shoulder. Things I got to do to save my country. I'm so patriotic. I love my countrymen. I'm trying to save them. I'm not biased at all. I have no ulterior motives. Nobody with no financial power or influence is fueling me whatsoever. I'm as pure as the wind-driven snow. All I care about is my country. All I care about is finding the truth. All I care about is exposing corruption. Oh, the burden I have. I promise you that is not what's going on in Robert Mueller's brain. I promise you that. Now, that being said, what would be nice if the Mueller investigation did find Russian collusion, and there'll be Hillary Clinton all over the place. That would actually be nice. Then what the extreme left is going to do? What is the extreme left going to do then? That will be kind of funny, doesn't it? That will be hilarious. But that's the news of the day, folks. Robert Mueller. In other news, the market's up, the market's down, the market's up, the market's down, but it's trending up higher than it is lower, so don't worry about it. Profits are being made, baby. All kinds of churning and burning is happening in the market, and money's being made. It's a beautiful thing. I'll tell you what's not a beautiful thing. If you're a real estate investor, I've been warning for years now. Real estate is not an asset. It's not an asset. It's only an asset if you're buying and flipping. You know how to get in and out of the market, and you sell it off to some suckers who think that they want to live the American dream. The financialized weapon of housing is hitting the wall. The financialized weapon of housing. The financialized weapon, one of the most financialized assets in the world, right here in the U.S., is home ownership. Amazing housing data, folks. Redfin puts out a monthly sales report. And the chart that they put out for February 2018 is pretty darn interesting, folks. Pretty interesting. And what the February 2018 chart showed, and you overlay with February 2019, is a year-over-year, absolutely mind-boggling, face-ripping deceleration in the housing market that we see. The deceleration is absolutely mind-blasting. Very few regions escaped a significant deceleration, with some prominent regions like San Jose and San Francisco even getting crushed on a year-to-year absolute basis. The only thing that even comes close to this sharp deceleration was circa 2007. I know that's fresh in most of your minds. It was there like this that was tracking, and certain housing investors, construction firms are all taking a hit. It's pretty interesting, folks. The year over year is staggering. 11% here from year over year from the previous year. 8%. Everybody's taking a hit. and it's continuing to take a hit. Why? Because it's slowing down. And this is going to be a problem because you understand when you don't have as much mortgage-backed securities feeding the derivative machine that keeps the that's basically electronic duct tape. What does a slowdown in the housing market mean? It means, folks, that we are running out of the glue. There's a sharp decline in the production of glue for the electronic duct tape, which is the derivatives market that holds the whole dang house of cards together. There's a running out of glue for the electronic duct tape that holds the entire financial house of cards together. So what does that mean? Does it mean it's the end? No. You see, we're in the algo world. We're in the digital age where digital perception is more real and more factual than physical reality. Digital perceptions are more real than physical reality. That's the world we're living in. So when they run out of the electronic glue that keeps the electronic duct tape sticking to the financial house of cards, they will have another creative way. I mean, folks, let me tell you this. Do not be surprised by the length and breadth that Wall Street goes in order to financialize, extract wealth, and to screw you. Do not be surprised as the length and the breadth of the creativity that they employ in which to screw you. How do I mean by that? You all know courthouses ain't nothing but banks. What do you mean by that, D? Go get the actual docket number on a court case. The real docket number, not the first one, but the 15-digit one. You will find out, as my friend John has said, Mr. X has said it several times in the program, that is a financialized number. Court judgments are financialized. Do you understand? Financialized. Judgments are financialized and sold into the derivative machine. Why? Because the bureaucrats follow the orders of the bankers. Just the way it works. The bureaucrats follow the orders of the banksters. They walk in lockstep. It's a type of fascistic crony capitalism that we have at work here in this country. We don't have pure capitalism. We have crony capitalism. We have fascism, real fascism. And another word for fascism, folks, is corporatism. Corporatism. You want to talk about marching orders from the bureaucrats, and the bureaucrats take those marching orders from the banksters? We'll take in New Jersey. Take a look at good old state of New Jersey, the armpit of America. Good old New Jersey. They just signed into law the rain tax. When it rains, you're getting taxed. And it rains, it gets taxed. Oh, we need this to repair the waterways. You have one of the most heavily taxed areas in the world. One of the most heavily taxed areas in the entire country. And now they implement a rain tax. Why? Because it's all about feeding the machine. One of these days, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to do like a 5-hour show. A 3 to 5 hour show where I detail, we're going to call Follow the Money Day. And I'm going to detail for you every single judgment, court case, tax, this, that, and the other, how it's financialized, how it's all chopped in with back-end derivatives and all sorts of exotic instruments, how they're all chopped up together, financialized and sold all over the world. You, my friend, are that human resource. You're that human resource. But yes. But into this malarkey, into this corruption, people are talking about change is coming. Where? There is change coming. You see, folks, you got to understand, you don't need these people. You don't need these institutions. If you learn to live smart, you can hide in plain sight and nobody can screw with you. If you learn to live smart, you can exploit the very legal loopholes that exist that nobody can say otherwise. And you can be literally free in a world where everybody's a prisoner. You can be free when everybody is a prisoner. Last but not least, goal prepping for the next move. This is from Alasdair MacLeod, one of the smart guys in the room. The global economic outlook is deteriorating. If you haven't got a chance to check, folks, the production numbers, manufacturing numbers are down. It's pretty disgusting. Government borrowing in the deficit countries will therefore escalate. U.S. Treasury TIC data, the TIC data confirms foreigners have already begun to liquidate dollar assets. They've been doing so, folks, since 2015. It's really accelerated since 2015. Just like I said back in 2013, I said 2015 will start. We'll start in 2013 and 14. I was like, yeah, 2015, we're going to start seeing more de-dollarization. It's going to accelerate, and that's exactly what started. You could peg what I said and the TIC, the tick data, and it's boom, bang on, baby, bang on, dead balls accurate. It's okay though. It's all right. I'm just a gorilla in the economist. It's okay. Because the scale of monetary dilution will be so large that the purchasing power of the dollar and other currencies will be undermined. Failing fiat currency suggests that dollar-based financial orders come to an end. But with few exceptions, investors own nothing but fiat currency-dependent investments. The only portfolio protection from these potential dangers is to embrace sound money. Gold. Global economies at a crossroads with international trade selling and undermining domestic economies. Central banks, notably the ECB, the BOJ, and the BOE, still reflating their economies by suppressing interest rates, and the ECB had only stopped quantitative easing in December. The Fed, the People's Bank of China, had been tightening since 2018. The PBOC quickly went into stimulation mode in November, and the Fed has put monetary tightening and interest rates on hold pending further developments. It is very likely this new downturn will be substantial. The coincidence of the top credit cycle with trade protectionism last occurred in 1929, and subsequent depression was devastating. The reason we should be worried today is a stalling trade disrupts capital flows. Listen to that, folks. Stalling trade disrupts capital flows and fund budget deficits, particularly in America, where savers do not have free capital to invest in government bonds. Where still, foreigners are now not only no longer investing in dollar and dollar-denominated debt, but they are suddenly withdrawing. According to the most recent U.S. Treasury tick data, in December and January, the outflows totaled just in 1 month. Just in a period of 30 days, outflows out of the dollar in that 30-day period, about $260 billion. $260 billion. When you calculate at this rate, not only will the U.S. Treasury need to fund a deficit, folks, likely to exceed another $1 trillion in fiscal year of 2019, but somehow, cue, drumroll please, cue the ESF, the Emergency Stabilization Fund. Bum, 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 plunge protection team, here we go, bum, bum, bum. Not only do they got to figure out how to fund a deficit that's going to hammer them over $1 trillion, but they also got to figure out how the market is going to absorb the dumping of the dollars. Well, how do you do that? Well, you absorb it by stuffing it in the ESF, which somehow takes it out of circulation, stuffs it in Euroclear, Clearstream, and a bunch of other bolt holes throughout the world. I mean, damn it, the fraud is disgusting. What's changed? People running around saying that I'm woke because they went on a 4chan board. I'm woke because I've been red-pilled. Because you wear a MAGA hat and you support Trump don't mean you're woke. It does not mean you're woke. And if all you do in your life is sit around and listen to shows like this and not take action, and all you can do is wear a MAGA hat and wave a flag, you're going to be going from, quote, woke to broke real fast. You're going to go from woke to broke real fast. Folks, it's not enough to be woke. You got to take action. It's not enough to be listening and researching. You got to be pragmatic and take action. And it's never lack of resources, folks. It's always, every single time, lack of resourcefulness. Folks, the short gist of this, we're about to face a funding crisis, the likes of which the world has never seen. And the worst part of it is you have a funding problem, a massive funding crisis. And right on time, that train called funding crisis is going to collide with a train called the ending of credit expansion. Because just like Alistair McLeod has said, and I agree with him wholeheartedly, I've been tracking this for a while as well. We are at the end of the credit cycle. You understand? When I say down 29,000, I'm telling you right now, you got some time to make some money. When I'm out there and I'm telling you that, hey, you know what? The dollar's going to go up higher and higher and higher in value. And I'm telling you right now, you got some time to make some money. You got some time to leverage to make some guap, moolah, cheddar, bread. You got some time. But take that and the profits you make and put it into hard assets. Put it into equity positions. Put it into things that will last. Things that will earn you money. You got some time to really work on developing investments, not liabilities. No one's looking at that. It's unbelievable. The credit bubble, and I remember what the BOE, the head of the BOE spoke about this, I think several years ago. He goes, we've blown the biggest bubble in human history. And folks, the credit bubble is even more proportionally larger than when he said it 5 years ago. Governments everywhere are up to their necks in debt. Personal savings in America and the entire Western world, not just America, but you got problems in Canada, you got problems in the UK, you got problems in the EU, the entire Western world. Why do you think I call the G7 the insolvent seven? I mean, I find it laughable. The insolvent seven gets up there and be like, we are going to go to this and we're going to dictate that and everybody's got to do what we say. Get the hell out of here. No one's paying attention to you guys. The actions in the G20. Savings in the G7 countries are non-existent. The potential for a credit economic system crisis today, folks, is greater than it was at any other point. And people are thinking, oh, the Dow's going to fall. No, we're going to implode up. It's a weird concept. It's called stagflation. That's where we're headed. People are, hyperinflation, negative growth. No, we're having both. See, we're going to have our cake. We're going to have our debt, insolvency, and credit crisis cake and eat it too. It's called stagflation. And there's very few exit doors. You see, I love the stock market. Why? It's a free money, baby. It's free money. Come on. I love it. I'm pragmatic. I'm not dog. I will not participate in this because I do not know when the market's going to crash. I don't know. I knew 4 days before the bloody Boeing stock took a dive to short the shit out of it and get out and making some money. Why? I don't fight the algos. I see where the damn thing's going thanks to DEX's trading system. I got a 4-day warning to get the hell out. That's good enough for me. Most people don't even get a 4-second warning before they're caught with their pants down, holding on to their Johnsons for dear life. You have an opportunity to invest, make money, and get out. A huge opportunity. And there's only a few exit doors. Well, if I got to get out, well, how do I exit out of here? Gold, baby, gold. Gold is the way out. Cryptocurrency is the way out. Bitcoin is the way out. Alternative assets is the way out. Hard assets is the way out. There's many exit doors. You just got to look for them. Silver's a way out. Platinum's a way out. Palladium. But it's not that big of a market. But definitely gold and silver, man. Definitely. Bitcoin ain't going nowhere. I like Bitcoin. I like Bitcoin. I ain't going nowhere. I'm telling you right now, there is a major change. This morning I was on a phone call with one of the smartest guys that I've met. He works with me in the crypto space. The gentleman's out of Canada, works with a major Canadian fund. Major. He's the head trader over there, and he's really woke. Him and I, we talk about a lot of things. And we're coming out, and he's also a CEO of an alt banking technology that we're developing to help people get the hell out of the banking system. You don't need a freaking bloody bank account anymore. Screw these assholes. You want to be decentralized? Let's go all the way decentralized. Let's do it. So him and I were just swapping notes, and we're just talking. It's a good talk early this morning, like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. And we agree, man. Like, in the next 4 or 5 years is going to be some serious trouble on the horizon for the Western world. In the next 4 or 5 years, it's going to be some serious trouble on the horizon for the Western world. And I don't think the Western world is ready for that. I don't think the Western world can prepare for something like that. Folks, you have very few little exploits left. Very few exploits. And I'm telling you right now, you got to be proactive. Your day should not be spent on the internet listening to programs and the latest theories and this, that, and the other. And I'm quote unquote woke and I'm quote unquote researching. No, you should be doing. Researching is a waste of time. You want to find out how something is, you can Google it. You want to find out something how the world really works, you can listen to programs like this. But don't sit there wasting your time listening to a program like this. Go ahead and whether you're in my trading room or somebody else's trading room, or whether you're using ways to fix your financial situation, play the game, and how to protect your bank accounts from seizures and all that other stuff. You should be actively out there, man. That's what this whole entire game is about. It's about hiding in plain sight. It's about being prepared and ready to leverage that when the financial transition comes. Because people, a lot of people, when they hear that, things about to change, there's things on the horizon. It's about to affect the Western world. They think it's the end of the world. They think it's Mad Max. No, I'm not telling you it's going to be Mad Max. What I'm telling you, folks, is there is a massive economic change coming. The greatest transfer of wealth in human history is about to take place. Do you want to get paid? That's it. I see this as the greatest opportunity. For some of you, what's going to happen is going to be the greatest crisis of your life. But for the rest of you, it's going to be the greatest opportunity you've ever had. It's all about preparation. It's all about how you leverage it. It's all about how you look at it. For some of you, it's going to be the greatest tragedy, the most stressed out time, the most craziest time, the greatest hardship that you will ever experience in your entire life. But for the rest of you, it's going to be the most awesome, most incredible time of your existence. Why? Because some of you that are listening to this are about to become millionaires and billionaires in the next economic cycle. Some of you are about to become the next paupers and homeless. Choose what side you're going to be on. This is the gorilla, and I'm over and out.